Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Whatever you're watching from, guys, there's always time for a great game of Overwatch. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another live coverage of the Overwatch Calvary Club Scrims. I hope you guys' day has been fantastic, as tonight it'll be a fantastic matchup as we have the Stage 1 Finals in the Deadlock game with Phoenix Rising versus Void, and this is a match you do not want to miss. I am Cybercat with your play-by-play here, joined by the best color caster I can always work with. That's Megalast. And how are you doing there, my friend?
I'm doing just fine, ready to watch this final action because, in terms of the Deadlock division, these have been the two teams we've been watching back and forth. So it's going to be fun for at least stage one to finally settle the score and determine who's the best.
Absolutely. We have seen both these teams perform very drastically. We've recently, I believe you and I recently looked at Phoenix Rising that faced in their semifinals last week, and they actually went against a team that basically got them in the regular season. They came back for revenge, and now they're here in the finals. But of course, Void has also been a force to reckon with here. So, again, this is going to be a really great match. I'm really excited to see what both these teams do. I honestly would think, if I was to pick right now, I like to say Phoenix Rising could take the win tonight.
Definitely, but at the same time, you can't ever count Void out of anything. Both these rosters extremely stacked with talent, as well as some names that you already probably know just going through both teams. These are two well-known teams as well, so they've got their following. Everyone's already hyping up in the chat, and I think it's just going to be a swell game overall, regardless of how it goes.
Stacked team, stacked players, stacked teams. You know what? Who can act for a better game here tonight? We will definitely find out who will take the win here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But before we continue, let me just remind you: if you guys you love watching our content, but you're not following, that is a mistake you are making. How to fix that? Click that follow button and click those notifications and turn them on. You will be notified when we go live. Also, we do have a very nice amount of Twitch emotes that you can also have during the Twitch stream. As you can see, you get a lot of people that's bringing the Twitch emotes for a subscription of $4.99 a month. You can basically not only get yourself some emotes, you can also you're also supporting the stream as well. And then last but not least, Megalast, I believe we have a Discord. Is that correct?
Yes, indeed. We have a Discord with a lovely, lovely community that you can join down below. And of course, in the Discord, you can interact with the players. You can possibly join a team of your very own. Or if you're interested in what you see me and Cyber doing here, or if you're interested in the behind-the-scenes work that Trippy is doing for us tonight at all, there's also many ways you can get involved with that, all through the Discord. So make sure you join if you haven't joined already.
Absolutely. No matter what your SRUR, or no matter what you think you want to do, there's always something for you in the OCC. But that being said, let's get down to the real business here. We got our starting lineups for both teams: Phoenix Rising versus Void here. Let's see the audience. Let's show the audience who they're going to be seeing their starting six.
Yes, definitely. Starting off with the side of Phoenix Rising, the starting six at the very least. Substitutions for both these teams are infamous. But starting out, we have Starlord and Kobayashi pulling up on the tank line, Zella and Sniv pulling up on your DPS, and then, of course, the supports always keeping them alive. We have Paprika and Chi-Chi for the side of Phoenix Rising.
This is, again, I've seen Phoenix Rising before, and they have done very well. This is the team, I'm looking at myself. A lot of players here. And I think many of them are going to show off here tonight. Now let's see what we got for the side of Void.
For the side of Void, we have just absolutely incredible talent. Starting off our tank line, we have Showdown Shane and Dire Raven. On the DPS tonight, we have Shadow and Monkeyfly, which Monkeyfly always kind of goes under the radar, but is a pretty good player, flexes a lot. And then, of course, the support line being Mira Lee and Helix the Cat pulling up. And these teams truly are just kind of well-known players as well as just stacked each in their own regard.
Absolutely. I don't want to focus on one team myself. You know what? I gotta be careful on Void on all that. Even though I can look at one team, you always gotta be careful of the other team. They pull a lot here. Again, these are the players that we're gonna be not only seeing the starting, but they're gonna be the ones that hopefully this will be the roster that's gonna bring the W for the teams here. Of course, despite the substitution that comes in. But again, it's going to be the matter of who's going to actually take the win whether the players come in, but also it's going to be the maps here as we get ready to start our very first map, which is the control map of Busan.
Yes, indeed. Because it is a finals, we start off on a picked control map, and then from there, the loser picks next map going forward in the series. And Busan is always interesting in terms of a control map just because of the 3 different points, the varying compositions you can run. Mecha base, there's not a lot of sky space that you can do a whole heck of a lot of, so you're more confined to double barrier being forced onto the ground. But you have other points like downtown where it's just skybox to heaven, and you can just kind of run whatever you want up in terms of the sky.
Absolutely. I mean, even though you got out of one of the 3 maps here, even though you got some sky space there, you know what? You can still run something around it here. But of course, coming into the first map, I mean, talk about sky space. This might be an opportunity for both teams to run. Maybe for something like maybe some pharmacy or something like that. Maybe we've seen Cell on the Widow. He's done very well at times. But you know what? Again, it's gonna be double. It could be double shields. It could be any competitions here. Again, we're not running any hero bans here any way whatsoever. So basically, comp's free here. So we can see that both teams play basically whatever. I mean, they could pull something that we have not seen all season though. I have seen that many times to where, I mean, one team could be playing the standard, and next thing you know, they bring something that no one has ever seen, and they just do so well with it.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of the ways you can definitely innovate, especially with the changing hero bans that were before. Now that hero bans are kind of no more, they're flexing in and out. But just running something unexpected, even if it's not the ideal composition, if you just catch your opponents that much more off guard, it can give you a nicer footing. And looking at these starting lineups, though, we're not seeing anything too crazy. Shadow's going to be on the Widow for the side of Void, and then we also just have standard Ryan Zarya for both teams. No Lucio in play, though, so it's going to be a fight to see who can get to this point first.
Absolutely. Even though they can go for the point first, you know what? Sometimes they're gonna want to do is just maybe just focus on ult charge or basically just get something going here. But right now, we're gonna be seeing Void just go straight to the point, and then Phoenix Rising coming right afterwards. We're gonna be seeing the Reinhardt battles gonna be commencing right now. We'll see Bush one. Star-Lord actually gets the first blood here in this tonight's match. He gets a second pick here. Lucky Fly coming in unknown to actually take out Paprika here. Void is still down by 2 people, but they're hoping to keep this thing going here. Battle's still going on here on the point, but I think Phoenix Rising might be able to get it, and they exactly will. Void will step back for just a moment.
Yes, indeed. There's probably going to be some cleanup kills here on the Dire Raven finally falling. And it's interesting the difference in compositions. You're seeing Void go for this Widowmaker this lineup with a break, and essentially what they're looking for is pick after pick after pick to come through. Whereas the side of Phoenix Rising, they're looking at the more tried and true, the reliable, sustain on point comp with the Reaper and the Mei, just keeping everybody up, slowly chipping everybody down. And so far it's working for them, but all it takes is one pick to come through.
Absolutely. The one thing I'm actually noticing is that Shadow for Void is going to go on that Widowmaker. We have yet to see any pressure from him just yet. I think they might be seeing that if they want to play around here. He might be playing around, but as he's doing that, Star-Lord wins the Reinhardt battle against Shadow here. And he's going to keep it going here. Kabayashi comes up behind Big Murray, and looks like the points up for being right coming in. And Void's just going to step back, get over to them, and figure out what they need to do next.
Yes, indeed. Shadow chucking themselves off the edge, and despite being close to that Infrasight, I think the swap is going to come through to the Reaper Mei themselves. Monkeyfly already over onto it, and there's the Reaper. Just because you do have to be getting those picks consistently with Widowmaker, otherwise that composition is just so matched by what you're running. And as you saw in that last fight, they just completely ignored the Widowmaker.
Absolutely, the Widowmaker was putting maybe slightly pressure, but just not enough here just yet. But we do see Windows coming in for Chi-Chi for Phoenix Rising. Looks like Shadow's gonna be on high ground. Maybe you want to go here. That's a huge Shadow coming in from Star-Lord here. Very beautiful. Even though gets half the team down, and some things are coming in. And the fight is, they're trying to go, looks like Shadow's trying to come from behind. He's going to sneak behind, trying to get some pictures, but has a fade out. Nothing here just yet, but right now, I bet Dire Raven is just waiting for that Graviton coming in and play.
Definitely, the ball's still going down here, so just swinging back and forth, and I think Graviton, as Blizzard starts actually on the grab.
That's actually a very big Blizzard coming in with Zell with a double Death Blossom on the tanks here. And right now, with 90% plus going in, I don't think Void can actually get something around there. But we do see Morelli, I believe that's what he said. I apologize if I said it wrong. Getting what do you call it? Rally up here, but nothing here just yet. But Phoenix Rising just putting the pressure, putting the picks, and they maybe they get the first point right here.
Definitely, it's probably just going to be these cleanup kills onto the Mei. As I say that, though, there is a grab, but it's shattered to the ground.
Ooh, Star-Lord, you go ahead and hesitate yourself just a little bit. Shadow Shane does get the team on the Shadow, but just nothing just yet. But no one touches in time to keep the point contested, and Phoenix Rising will take the first point.
Yes, indeed, they take it in a pretty handily fashion, 100-0, and that was just a matter of they had the ideal composition, they were able to play around it perfectly, not give the Widowmaker any sightlines, and then by the time the side of Void decided to switch, I mean, it was too late. The ultimates were just too heavily in Phoenix Rising's favor, and I mean, taking one round that decisively, that just shows your opponents you came to play.
Absolutely. Again, right now, Phoenix Rising coming in ready for battle. You know, Void was wanting to see if they can do something, throw them off just a little bit, but it's not working just yet. You know what? They still got plenty of time to make up here. I mean, even though, you drop in one part of the map, you know what? You still got another part ready to go here. And you know, despite what goes on here, you know what? You still got plenty of maps to work around with. So we'll see if they can come back right here. If they wanted to go with the picks that they're going here. But it looks like they're going to go with Shadow on the McCree instead of the what do you call it? I'm sorry. Reaper, thank you very much. My mind's somewhere else for some reason. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, here. But right now, we're going to be seeing the Phoenix Rising taking the point here. And Voice is going to just maybe wait a little bit. Shadow's going to be flanking on the back line. Maybe tries to get Chi-Chi, but doesn't get him just yet here. Zella says, I see you, McCree doesn't want to go down. He takes him down. That's one half of the DPS for side of Void gone. I don't know if Void is going to be able to keep going here. We'll see if they keep going. If they want to actually do it, they're still going to be committing to the, just to the side of the point here. Phoenix Rising will contest and take the point here, but the damage is coming in for Phoenix Rising, and there are some of the picks to win it. Kabayashi and Paprika does take down. Niv takes down the other half of the team here, and right now I would say Phoenix Rising has the point. Voice is going to have to step back, let them take it, figure out the next step for the to take the point back.
Yes, indeed. As Shadow resets once more, probably going to be switching over to that Reaper, and surprising that he didn't come out on Reaper with the way he played it. I mean, going straight into the backline looking for picks, actually staying on the McCree, which I don't mind as long as you play with your team. The McCree can provide such a poke range advantage in this battle because the Reaper has to be close to dealing that damage, whereas the McCree can just deal damage from so far away, especially in terms of burning that one Rhine shield. Going to this next fight, though, it's going to be this Earth Shatter from Star-Lord. I think is going to make a huge difference here.
Absolutely here. Right now we are looking at Star-Lord. He's got a Shadow ready to go. He wants to maybe bait that Shadow Shane, maybe just drop a shield and maybe hit a Shadow here. But looks like he gets it, but there's a blocked Shadow from Shadow Shane here. Even though Star-Lord does fall, Shadow falls in here against another right arm battle to Star-Lord. Still a 5-on-5 match between both teams here. We do see a rally from O'Reilly. I believe that's they say. We do see Chi-Chi on those windows. We'll see if there's any damage coming in. Maybe fire strikes coming through. I don't think so just yet. Paprika decides to go O'Reilly on her side here. We do see a nice grab coming from Dire Raven, but just no picks or nothing value coming out of here. Actually gets the pick off of Paprika. Here comes the pick coming in from Void. As much fly does take down Chi-Chi. Shadow gets Star-Lord. Looks like Phoenix Rising. It's just falling down here, but you know what? They can rise up as they let them take this point and come back in here again.
It's going to be a stagger onto the main Reaper just on top, trying to buy as much point percentage, and they're going to be able to take upwards of 85%, which is always massive. They put you in that one fight range just to win it all. So finally going to flip, probably at around 90% on the dot. But the advantage for Void, despite the fact that they're going to have to try to hold on to this for as long as they can to get to 100%, is they didn't invest a lot into that. They still have their Shatter, they still have their Deadeye. Now we have Monkey Fly switching over to the Far, which, despite there not being a Mercy Pocket, should do a lot against this composition, simply because the only answer is really going to be Paprika on the Ana.
Absolutely here, but the only question about that is that you want to make sure you keep the heal the team. Here comes a nice grab from Kabayashi here, but not picks it just yet. Here comes High Noon from Shadow. He gets rid of Kabayashi, and Sniff does take down takes down the Vegeta. Being frozen to death here, but looks like we do see Cell on a double Death Blossom here, but just doesn't get any more just yet, and looks like Void holds it strong against Phoenix Rising on that last push.
I mean, they went into that fight with the definite ult disadvantage. I mean, Graviton, Reaper Blossom, and Blizzard all thrown in against just a Deadeye, and somehow Void was able to sustain through. Just their positioning was overall better. The picks came through when they needed it, and now Monkeyfly has that Mercy Pocket. But Zell switched over to the Queen, has to be able to try and take at least one of these two out of the sky.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Even though McCree may be the counter here, but Sniff decides to take him now. Even though Merlin gets to the res on Monkey Fly here. Oh, that's actually a block shot from Shadow Shane. Very good wall from Sniff here. We'll see if that's good enough for them to keep going. Nice shatter from Star-Lord. Gets rid of Helix Cat. After that, Monkey Fly actually gets the barrage. Take down the double take line for Phoenix Rising here. Sal says you had enough to take it down here. And I think Phoenix Rising can still contest here. If there's only 2 on point for Void, maybe they can get it back here.
4v2 fight, and essentially the Zarya just getting pocketed, and I don't know how long Mercy's gonna live with Sniv hunting him down like this.
I know, absolutely. Like I say, we'll see if Sniv takes him down, but just not just yet. Chi-Chi, Dire Raven gets a pick on himself, and Dire Raven himself goes off by Chi-Chi. We do see another window from Chi-Chi still staying alive. Star-Lord actually is coming in with swinging a hammer, gets rid of the Reinhardt, and the Mercy on the side of Void here. Looks like Phoenix Rising might be able to take this back if they can watch the Monkey Fly on that. Para gets double picks, gets rid of Sniv and Chi-Chi here. I don't know how much damage Monkey Fly's got to do to keep this point going. But Phoenix Rising still has the percentage here, but looks like they got one more fight for Void here. What are they gonna do to take it back here? We got healing switch into the Mora. See, will that be enough to actually keep the healings enough going to even hope not DPS here? We do see Cell gets the dead eye on Shadow, but actually Shadow takes him down as he goes down fighting here. It is still 5-on-5 going for both sides here. Monkey Fly gets rid of Chi-Chi again. We can see Monkey Fly getting another barrage here very soon. She's got 80%, 90%, I apologize. Monkey Fly gets rid of Sniv, even though she got a nice blizzard. Nice shadow from the Star-Lord here. But the effects are just coming for the side of Void, and I think Void is going to take this first map. No, the second map, I apologize.
Yes, indeed. The second round going the way of Void. They were able to hold out. They started at 0% to 90 and brought it back at the very end. Monkey Fly and Athar are really doing a number. And I mean, there's not a lot, like you always expect the McCree because of the hit scan in that composition to be able to deal with the Pharah. But with a Pharmacy in the sky, it's 2v1. It's never really fair for the McCree. But now we're moving to Mecha Base, which is a more indoor point, so I don't think the Pharah is going to get away as free. And we're seeing Monkey Fly show off the Junkrat right now, which would be an interesting run. We haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of Junkrat lately, but some buffs have come through recently for him, which make him pretty fast, pretty mobile.
Now, I would say I'm actually going to disagree. I don't think it's going to be buffs. I looked at Junkrat myself, and there were some things I actually noticed that the mines coming from the Junkrat goes a little bit faster, so it wouldn't allow like some of the mobility you can establish from Junkrat just doesn't there just yet. But I could be wrong though. But that's what I remember believing. But we'll see if the Monkey Fly on that Junkrat will do any damage coming in here soon. We are seeing both teams going down the high ground. We're gonna see who's gonna fight off here. Star-Lord and Shadow Shane just swinging at it here again. They're just gonna be going the Rhino battles here. Sniv with a nice wall on the side here, but looks like Star-Lord gets rid of Morali here. That's one half of the support gone for Void here, and Sally does win the recreate battle here. We're still seeing the point being contested by both sides here, but I believe Phoenix Rising will take the point, but they got face advantage here. Void is not going to be able to live through that. They're just going to have to let them get picked off here and just reset here. But Monkey Fly does get rid of Sniv as he goes down dry.
Sniv's walls have been absolutely incredible, always catching Showdown off on the his own, maybe with his supporter too, and it's resulted in these picks coming through from the inside, and it's just absolutely monumental.
Oh my god, Moran just stops the shadow from Star-Lord, and he gets picked off here. That is a nice shadow coming in for Shadow Shane, and the theme for Phoenix Rising is actually going to be following. I don't know if they'll be able to hold long enough to take this point back. Chi-Chi, Cell, and Paprika trying to hold the point as much as he can, but Monkey Fly is on that Junkrat, gets rid of Chi-Chi here, and Void will take percentage on their side.
That was just an absolutely phenomenal stun coming out from the BB, nearly saving their entire team from that. Now moving forward, you're going to have a Riptide, you're almost built up to a rally, and your Coalescence. Meanwhile, there's not a lot going on the side of Phoenix Rising just yet. They're still about 20% away from both their Grab and Revolution. Both monumental points already, but there might be sustained as Star-Lord's just swinging in relentlessly.
He played aggressive, and I don't blame him on that. He wants to play aggressive, let him play aggressive. Only problem with that Junkrat. Oh, Kabayashi says no time for you, Monkey Fly. You're not getting anywhere here. But Sniv gets the actually a nice blizzard. Gets 3 members there. Will they go down? They will. Cell gets a double pick on his side for the Phoenix Rising. Sniv takes to pick up Dire Race, but you know what? Monkey Fly does get rid of the one half of the DPS and support. He's still going here, but Shadow looks like he's gonna try to take the point with Monkey Fly. Shadow takes down Paprika and Star-Lord, being spicier than Paprika here, and they're gonna hold it. Yeah, they will Oh, Shadow's gonna just take the picks and hold the team for Void.
I mean, Shadow should not have gotten that hold. Absolutely ridiculous as Zell gets a quick little exit kill onto the Moira. But I mean, that McCree play, absolutely phenomenal, not even really needing the Deadeye. And now look at the bank of ultimates that Void has built up here.
They got plenty of ultimates here. They got plenty of ultimates for Void. Phoenix Rising got plenty of ultimates. Paprika, that's going to take down Shadow Shane. We can see another tire. Will Kobayashi stop it? I don't think so. Double fire strike kill from Star-Lord. Very nice here. How many tires? I mean, he's going to take to get anyone? Not one just yet for Monkey Fly. As he just fails to get a pick of the tire yet. He's getting the old charge, but just not enough picks here just yet. But right now, Phoenix Rising's got the picks coming in here. Monkey Fly gets rid of Cell again. Doesn't really like Ash on here. Keeps the point going. Void's got 90% going. Oh my goodness, that's a good shadow from Shadow Shane here. Star-Lord's trying to repeat that, but just does not here just yet. He actually goes in by himself, Little Big with the 3-on-1. Can he live long enough to keep the thing going? No, he will not. Monkey Fly gets the ticket here. It is overtime going in here. We do see picks from Void here. Triple shot! Deadeye kill from Shadow. That will be enough for Void to take first map on Busan.
I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. There's so many points where Void should have lost the point in all respects simply because they were just outnumbered. They had a few picks fall early, and then all of a sudden they're down in numbers, but still managing to come out on top. Shadow on this McCree, absolutely ridiculous. You're seeing the play of the game from Sniv, actually, who, while phenomenal on the May play just could not stop the unrelenting aggression coming from Void.
Yeah, basically right now, looking at it, like Starlord and Sniv are just been working together. You get the perfect wall up, let the Ryan swing in like a madman. He gets a pick right there, and then you just keep on going. And both those teams, both those players do really well. Even though Phoenix Rising just down one map, we still have plenty of maps to go for here. Again, it is, even though in the 4 map set here, we're still playing the 4. Even though it's still first to 3 wins, of course, but you know what? We still got plenty to go through here. We can see a map 5 going on. Some of the people I've been talking to doesn't want to see a map 5, but I want to see a map 5. But we will see. We'll see if Phoenix Rising can get that happen, or if Boyd's going to say no, we're not going for map 5s. We're taking all 4 maps here. But we're going to figure out here. We'll see if that's going to happen. We get to the next map, which is going to be a hybrid map. We are going to be checking for any swaps, any see what Phoenix Rising wants to go here. We might go to King's Row, but you know what? I mean, or we might go to Eichenwall. They can pick anything. If you were Phoenix Rising, what kind of map would you go for?
Unfortunately, we all know the bane of my existence, King's Row. Everybody loves the map, so it would not surprise me in the least if that's where we went in terms of this. But I mean, it's just going to be interesting. Any map you really pick, Phoenix Rising, you had Starlord, who was being aggressive, which always worked, but at the same time, you just have a May with you at all times. It forced you to slow down the game, play in a more passive style, and I don't think Phoenix was really capitalizing on that. Whereas Void, they knew what they were doing, and they just kind of put their faith into their DPS. Their tanks made enough space for them to work, and it all just kind of clicked at the very end for Void, despite how that first round went.
Absolutely. I mean, Void was able to, putting their faith in, hoping that things come around here, and Void was, the DPS side for Void was able to answer that very good here. Now, on the map pick, actually, you know what? I know everyone's going to love King's Row. You know what I would pick? I actually would pick something that no one would ever be thinking that we would be picking here. I mean, honestly, to do that, I think it would throw things off, but you know what? That's for me saying here. But right now, both teams are performing very well here. Phoenix Rising still has a chance to keep things going here. They are doing very well. They're still going in. Void's holding strong right now. We'll see if they're going to do it here on the next map here. We're still figuring out where we want to go for the hybrid map. Again, anyone can pick whatever. I know you're saying King's Row. Everybody lives King's Row. Chat, you can tell what your favorite hybrid map is. But you know what? Some of them, I mean, honestly, I would go with Eichenwall. You don't see a lot of maps in my time as a caster, I don't see a lot of teams picking Eichenwall. But you know what? I mean, you know what? It's their pick. You know what? We could just all we can do is see if they can work well with it.
Definitely, and I mean, there obviously is a plethora of maps to choose from, and I think that also just kind of lends into your strategy. You know, teams like to go to King's Row because it's familiar. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know what you're doing coming into it. It's just a matter of, do you think you can beat the other team? But if you try to start thinking about other maps, just as Hollywood, for example, which is what was picked, all of a sudden you can start changing up compositions. You know, you have a lot of high ground you can take advantage of. The question is, do you use it to your full control, or do you just try to play the streets close up in your face, and then all of a sudden from there you can decide whether to aggress, whether to play passive. It's all in your hands. So it's very interesting that we're going to Hollywood, probably the first time in a long time that we haven't seen King's Row, but I'm definitely for it. I'm definitely with it, and I'm just excited to see what these teams have. Void, of course, being up 1-0, you know, they got to come in, they've got to be confident, because if you can get out to a quick 2-0 lead in a finals match, that could just spell disaster right then and there.
Absolutely here. I mean, going to Hollywood, that's a map that we don't see often here. We'll see if Phoenix Rising's got something up their sleeve. I mean, you can go with between like a bunker competition, make them fight that one particular area, because there's only 2 ways of going in here, but it's almost a similar way. But we'll see. Honestly, I like to see if Phoenix Rising has something up their sleeve. We have seen them do something recently where they basically pulled the Bastion Symmetra trick off of the King's Row. If you remember that, they could probably do the same thing here. They want to play bunker, or they'd be like, you know what, we'll play Symmetra. You think we're going to be there? Next thing you know, you see them over here. It's like go back and forth, see the damage coming in, figure out what to prioritize here. But we'll see if that's going to be the case here, or maybe or maybe they would go after the maybe another competition we're not aware of. But Hollywood will be the map, our hybrid map for the for tonight on our stage 1 finals for Phoenix Rising and Void here. And you know what? All we're just doing is waiting for both teams to be ready, and we'll be set to go.
Yes, indeed. We do have some substitutes coming in for Void, which is very interesting because it's not just one substitution. It's not just 7 substitutions. It's 3. If I had said 2, y'all would have guessed 3. But we have Bad Rep is actually going to be coming in on the main tank role for Shane, which, I mean, Shane was passable, but I guess it's fine. But then Levio Flight, something along that line, or Levy of Light. We're bad with names. Coming in for Shadow, which is very interesting on the DPS role because Shadow was absolutely insane, especially on that last map. I mean, single-handedly won those last 2 fights for them. And then, of course, Lorax is going to be coming in for Mira Lee on the support role. So, very interesting what we're seeing.
Absolutely. I mean, looking at Shadow. I mean, between Shadow, the swaps of Shadow and Shadow Shane and Shadow, of course. Actually, I'm really surprised, honestly. I mean, like you said, Shadow was able to hold off almost like half of the team as they were getting ready to take Phoenix Rising was able to take that one particular point here, and Shadow was able to hold him off. Even though Shadow Shane has fallen a little bit in between the Reinhardt battles here, you know what? He's still a great player, honestly. I can't disagree with any part of that. You know what? He was able to got good shatters and all that stuff. But even though both between Star-Lord and Shadow Shane being both good Ryans, Shadow Shane still stands on all in any way possible and all that. Even though Star-Lord is able to get picks here, but now it looks like we're to be seeing what is going to happen here on the hybrid map of Hollywood.
Yes, indeed, and of course we still have another 30 seconds before we get to see any hero picks come through. But the map of Hollywood itself is very interesting. You know, we do see the first point holds, not extremely often, but they are, they're present, they're possible, and the kind of difference that this map will give you versus any other hybrid map is, other hybrid maps you'll expect where you're either holding on first point or at the end of B or at this point here. At Hollywood, you can truly see the payload stop anywhere, and it would not surprise you, just because of the positioning that both teams can take in terms of maybe taking advantage of high ground or maybe just trying to brawl on the streets. And it's just such a unique map in that sense. Of course, the defense, we're going to see Phoenix Rising up first, and running the Torbjorn, my favorite character in the game. He's out here, ready to go.
Very interesting. Double shields of the Torbjorn. You know what? I would like to see if this goes around. We'll see if that's double shields going to fight against the Void's Ryan Zarya here. We're going to also see Monkeyfly and I Am Lorax going to be going on that pharmacy here. Competition, Levo fight, and Helix is going to stand normal with the McCree and Anna. We'll see if this is going to be the team. Let's see if Void's going to use this competition to get the point, or will Dell pop up as the Torbjorn. He popped up as a Bastion last week. We'll see if he's going to pop out as the Torbjorn. Maybe some hammer kills here. Maybe Megachu's maybe actually being self for tonight. We'll see if that's going to be the case here. But looks like the fight is actually going to be starting here. No, again, we have no main for the side of Phoenix Rising, so they're just going to let them walk right in. It's just a matter of the damage output coming from Phoenix Rising to get anything here. Monkeyfly gets rid of the turret, doesn't like it, keep things going. Looks like actually, speaking of the picks right now, Cell and Snip actually gets rid of the tanks here. I would say right now, Void is just going to fall back. They're going to have to get their tanks back in the line.
Yes, indeed, they're going to have to regroup, but Monkeyfly already 65 to a barrage. But as long as the barrage does not get kills, as long as they're able to find a way around that, I do enjoy this composition from Phoenix Rising because of the shield being on the Torbjorn turret. It forces Far to look at that and only that, and it lets you win the ground war just because it becomes a 5v4 on the ground. Absolutely. That's what basically the case is right there. Right now, Monkeyfly gets rid of the turret. Again, that's the first pick that goes on in every fight. It's basically that turret just going down. Here comes the pick coming in for Void. Monkeyfly does get rid of the cheat sheet here. Immortality is down. Here comes out Barrage, gets rid of the tanks here. Very good pick. Instead of just takes Monkeyfly down, but that will not be enough to hold Void as they take this first point. Indeed, and that's what I was worried about. They had to sustain. Somehow Monkeyfly getting a pick onto the Baptiste does not help, because even if Immortality Field was off cooldown, unfortunately Baptiste just was not alive to dish it out for the team. And pretty much no ultimates from either side really dedicated to that fight outside of Barrage. So we're going into this first fight rather, of the street stage, and I mean, it's going to be an open bonanza from both teams.
Absolutely, everybody, both teams going around here, but we do see both sides got ultimates ready to go here. block shatter from Star-Lord here. Very good. We are seeing lava being flown all over the point here, just on the one spot. Nothing here just yet. Maybe just base him out. Cell gets rid of Dire Raven. Sniv gets rid of the back tank. There goes down the tank line for Void. Levi, who doesn't like Star-Lord, takes him down himself. But Monkeyfly still putting the pressure. He gets double picked off of that here. Not much very good contestants coming from the side of FaZe Rising to hold it to this pharmacy.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it's not just the pharmacy you have to worry about. As you see those last few kills coming out from Levi were the Mercy damage boost. And I think that's the great thing about Lorax on this Mercy right now is you're able to jump between the two. You know when Monkeyfly's going to have to play passive, so immediately you're like, okay, let's give this McCree some extra damage. And now we're seeing Kobayashi play on the D.Va, interestingly enough. And we don't see a whole heck of a lot of people. But the Bob to start cutting me off.
Oh, he gets rid of bad. Snap gets sends in Bob to get rid of bad rep. Gets a very good pick right there. There goes Levo Fly picking pick from Paprika here. Windows coming in from Chi-Chi, but just nothing here just yet. No areas to get just for anything to make the use of it. But you know what? That's completely okay. Pushes the put back here. Snip wants to get some extra pressure. Hoping maybe get something here. Just not yet. But you know what? The one thing that they should be worried about is that barrage that could come into this next fight.
I mean, the immortality field from Chi-Chi might be able to keep them alive through it, but they do have a D.Va now on defense, so it should also be that a bit more, but entry picks like that cannot happen!
Oh my goodness, Batter gets strikes on Cell, and Monkeyfly gets rid of Sniv. There goes the DPS line for Void, no, FaZe Rising here. Nice shadow from Starliv. Unfortunately, nothing follows up behind it here. I don't know if can we see any follows coming from the side of FaZe Rising? Not here just yet. Monkeyfly is putting in the pressure. Starlord gets rid of Helix Scack. Bad Rep finally wins the battle against the Reinhardt battle for Starlord. Void will take the second point here with almost 4 minutes left here. Void's got plenty of time to work with.
Yes, indeed. And I think like this is the switch up you see from Void that definitely, in terms of their swaps, as Monkeyfly gets another pick. But I mean, Bad Rep, look at the aggression on this Reinhardt right now. Absolutely ridiculous. In terms of Shane, he's the more passive of the two Reinhardt, definitely being able to kind of well and know when to be with the team. Bad Rep just holds W key, unrelenting.
Absolutely, I don't blame him pushing W as long as he's got the support with him. He can keep it going. Stell gets rid of Monkeyfly, and he wants to gets pressed here, but you know what? Stell wanted a high noon there, just misses it, just gets picked off of Legal Fly here. We do see another barrage maybe coming in here very, very soon. We do see a nice shadow. We're seeing nanos, we're seeing shadows, we're seeing barrages, we're seeing coalesces, we're seeing ultimate beam all over the place here, and looks like Starlord gets a shadow on his side, gets on Bad Rep, but just doesn't pick him up here just yet. Bad Rep looking more furious than Starlord looking at right so far. Void is still pushing here. We do see a nice needle bomb. It looks good. Will we get anything? Actually, nothing here just yet. It was good position, just no picks right there just yet. Right now, FaZe Rising doing whatever they can to hold this point here. We'll see if they can do it. Dobby actually gets rid of Bad Rep here. It's aimbot time for Sniv here. Will he get anything here? Looks like he's getting some damage here, but looks like he gets rid of Helix Cat. Gets rid of I Am Lorax. Double picked off the support line for FaZe Rising on Sniv here, and Sniv gets rid of Monkeyfly on that Junkrat, decided to go switch off that Farrah, knowing that he's getting countered, and FaZe Rising holding very strong here with only 2 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Yes, indeed, they finally get a hold, what feels like for the first time since point A, but I mean, it's absolutely insane what Void's doing right now, just because there's such an unrelenting force coming from Bad Rep, and there's so much healing going on to it, it's impossible to take him down because they get so much resources that the DPS are just running rampant.
Absolutely. Livo Line wanted to get high noon here. We see two high noons from both sides, but Livo gets rid of the Kobayashi's back here. Nothing for Cell here, but you know what? He gets rid of Bad Rep as he can. We do see Chi-Chi on that with Windows again, trying to stay in the back, maybe helping Cell getting some damage here. We see that Rip Tire. Cell says, no, you can't beat that tire with Windows, my friend. And actually shuts down the Monkeyfly's tire, but you know what? Monkeyfly is still putting in the pressure. Here comes a nice grab for Dire Raven, and more than half the team is falling down. Cell's trying to hold off here, but I don't know if Chi-Chi and Cell's going to hold off here. Cell gets double pick, but gets fallen down, and Void will get the pick with almost close to 1 minute and 45 seconds.
To finish Hollywood is something you don't see all too often, but to finish it with, you know, almost 2 minutes in the time bank, that's even harder. So I think that just shows, once again, Void just being able to unrelentingly hold the W key. Even when they get picks, I'm noticing, Void still knows when a fight is winnable. They'll still be able to go back in, and they can do it confidently and time again. It's not just a one-trick wonder of just winning a fight when you're one down. They do it time and again, and that's the sort of reliance you need from your teammates. You need to be able to say, okay, We know we can still do this. We have the confidence. Let's go. And Phoenix struggling to find an answer. Maybe it's trying to get back over to that May play in order to give you a little bit more of the slowing potential, but I'm not sure what it is, but Phoenix needs to find an answer quick, otherwise they'll find themselves down 2 maps in this finals.
Absolutely. I mean, Void just knowing having the right teammates, knowing hey the fight is still winnable. That's exactly what they're doing. I like seeing teammates knowing when the fight is done or not, knowing if using the time very valuable here. And again, like you said, Phoenix Rising still has to find something coming around here. I mean, despite whether Monkeyfly is going nuts on the Junkrat or Fair here, they still got to find something going on here. We'll see if they're going to do it with Sniff as they run their own pharmacy counter here going on. And right now, Void's going to go on the double shield their side too. But the one difference between here is that Void's not running the Torbjorn as Phoenix Rising did on their defense earlier.
Yes, indeed. They're running Levi as the sole, well, not really sole answer to the Pharah, because you do have Helix on the Ana, as well as some Baptiste poke damage. I think the goal is just to keep the Pharah at bay enough to win the ground fight once again. This is what Phoenix Rising were trying to do on their first defense as well. And going forward here, I'm not sure that this rotation is exactly what you want to do. There's nothing really gained from this back hallway for Phoenix Rising.
Well, maybe that rotation might be very important here. Sniv does get rid of I'm Morax here, but Lethal Flight does get rid of Paprika. Pharmacy competition not going to run here just yet, but we'll see. It's still 5-on-5 for both sides here. Here comes Cell, double pick off the double DPS on the side of Void. That should be enough for them to take this point back. Star-Lord is getting the double pick on his side here. Void falling down faster than FaZe Rising on their defense.
Yes, indeed. Side of Phoenix Rising making me eat my words, proving that rotation is worth it. Getting the early pick and then able to just watch Zell go to town on that Ashe. And I think that's also a main difference here is the Ashe player. You're not seeing it a whole heck of a lot. We're seeing it now from Levi flipped over. And they're running the double hit scan, which shows how much respect they're giving to Sniv on this bar. The question is, can they counter it? And if it's countered, how long does Sniv stay on the bar?
Absolutely. The Pharah is going to be the matter going against those double hit scans to see if they can take that pressure. But right now, Lethal Flight gets rid of Sniv here on that Pharah. We're not going to speed into the rest here just yet. And Lethal Flight gets rid of the other side of the DPS here. Looks like Void is actually starting to take the picture. Phoenix Rising is going to step back, let them take care of here. They want to reset. They want to see if they can get something going on in the next fight. They got plenty of time to work with. 4 minutes, less than 4 in that, and 45 minutes seconds left.
Yes, indeed. And going forward into this next fight, I think it's going to be debatable who's got the better advantage. As on the offense here, Phoenix Rising, both their support ultimates up. The Bob's going to be coming online shortly for Zell. And Star-Lord's been great with these shatters all night. Can he do it once more and put them all to the ground?
And he will. Actually, no, they came close. He blocked the shadow, but it looked like Bad Rep wanted to block this shadow as well. Even though Star-Lord was really good all night, he does fall to Bad Rep. We do see a nice Gravitic Flux coming in from Dire Raven. Looks like that does get the team fight for their side here. Void is still holding strong on the defense here. Right now, we are seeing FaZe Rising coming in with 2 ultimates ready to go. We'll see if those ultimates will decide if they can take this point here. I don't see Void with any defense except the Immortality field comes from I Am Snorlax.
Yes, indeed, but they do have the 2 barriers that might be able to give you positioning. But Sniv getting an early pick on the Helix like that, I mean, this is just bad already for the defense here, Void.
That's very important pick, taking 1/2 of the healing done here. Even though Helix has to be here just late here, we do Sniv taking the pressure off the double hit scan, gets rid of field fight here. We see a nice barrage coming from Sniv, gets rid of the Monkeyfly and I Am Lawrence, and Star-Lord wins the Reinhardt battle once again. Cell gets that with the Ashe Bob, selling the Bob, gets rid of Dire Raven. There's the pressure. There's the door they needed to have open to keep this. To keep this payload going. Oh, there's no one on the payload, but now there will be.
Yes, indeed. The payload is always the important objective modifier. As already coming out of spawn, I mean, Bad Rep just showing how aggressive he wants to be on this Reinhardt.
He's being very, very aggressive here, but Kobayashi not there just yet. Monkeyfly Bad Rep does get rid of Star-Lord and Paprika here, and half of the side of Phoenix Rising is falling down. They have to step back just a little bit here. They still got less than 3 minutes to work with here. They got ultimates coming on their side. They can still work with what they have, and on the side of Void, they have no ultimates here just yet.
Yes, indeed, but still, you always got to give favoring to the defense. They're going to be able to build up to this nano boost, and you imagine hopefully the Gravitic Flux before this next fight comes through. And if you decide Phoenix Rising, you have to be able to get this in the next fight or two, because all of a sudden, Void is no longer your biggest enemy. Your enemy becomes that clock. Because of the time set by the side of Void, you have to finish with at least 1 second on the clock in order to go to exit.
Absolutely, we'll see if Phoenix Rising can find their door to do that here. We do see a Helix Scout, Nando win the batter up here. Die Raven, goes very flex, what comes up, comes down, gets rid of Kabayashi here. The fight is still in favor of Void here, as Phoenix Rising is down by 1. They look like they're going to fall back here just a little bit. They maybe want to get a little pick before they get back, but I don't think that's going to happen here. Bad Rep gets rid of Star-Lord in the Reinhardt battle once again. Phoenix Rising is holding back here. They still have one way. They still got a couple ways to keep going, but with that clock ticking down, they have to figure out something very quickly here.
Yes, indeed. I mean, they do have answers. They have the Bob. They have the Graviton. It's just they have to be used successfully. You know, you can't be hoping for a 6-man Graviton Kobayashi. It's just not going to happen. As long as you can get at least 1, maybe 2 picks, should solidify the fight in your favor. And there's that grab.
Speaking of the grab, we do see the next grab, but you know what? Starlo got really distracted and gets shattered by Bad Rep here, and he does get fallen out by Bob here. Cell, 2 Bobs fighting now, and looks like Bob's taking 1 pick to another here, even though Cell actually starts getting picks and gets rid of Bad and Leo fight. But the fight can still be in under Void's favor here, but Phoenix Rising trying to find something here. Even though they're down actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Cell's actually getting a double pick. Maybe it actually can go in their favor. Cell putting in the picks. A triple kill from Cell. He's actually putting the damage.
Yes, indeed, and he's also getting extremely good stagger picks, so there might not even be a final fight here on B. This side of Void might just have to give it up for free, and that's definitely never a position you want to be in on the defense, is giving up points for free, but it's just what it's going to have to be here.
Cell holding it strong for his team here. He's going to keep things going, and the second point will go to Phoenix Rising. Now, of course, right now, the time bank may not be in their favor, but you know what? If they can get this payload going back to the third point, they still have a chance to maybe get this map into the favor here. They don't want to set only defense here. They want to have a chance to attack as well. So right now, if they can protect Star-Lord coming in here on this next shatter, they may be able to get the time bank in their favor. Maybe get both attack and defense on this next set here.
Definitely, they should be able to get 2 fights, or they might just win a fight flat out. No, the Bob is booped into a terrible position. It's going to just be kited, and that's truly just a good boot from the Ashe there.
Absolutely. I mean, Bob just wants to do something here, but just nothing here just yet. Even though still was hoping for something very good here, but nothing just yet here. I'm actually looking at something you're not seen. We see Monkey Ball Flight High New, but just nothing here. Die Raven gets rid of Star-Lord here. Cell going off, popping off again, gets rid of the all the support line for Void here. But I think he got fallen. No, he's not. He's still alive, but you know what? Not enough to stay alive just yet. With 1 minute ticking here, Phoenix Rising's got to find something around here. And right now, they might have something with 3 ultimates coming to this next fight coming in.
Yes, indeed. That's the one downside, is Void spent everything in that last fight, and now Zell just getting a phenomenal pick. Could be more coming through. Zell just on his Ashe is a menace to be watched.
I want to see this Riptide do something. I love Junkrat. Let's see if he gets a pick here. He gets rid of Bad Rap. That's a very important pick. You know what, he wanted more, but getting rid of the main tank of Void is better than nothing here. Star-Lord gets rid of Helix Sky here. Nice shadow from Star-Lord. Gets rid of I Am Lord saying the picks are going in for Phoenix Rising, still holding strong. But Levi switching from wherever he was earlier to the Doomfist, trying to maybe see if he can hop around, maybe get some picks going here. And yeah, he's still holding fairly strong here. A nice shatter from Bad Rap gets to the half team, but nothing follows up in just yet. We do see a grab. They do look to get Bad Rap. Now we got 10 seconds left on the time bank. We got to see if Phoenix Rising, can they get it before overtime? They got 4 seconds. Can they get it? No, they will not. Die Raven will hold it strong. It is overtime. I don't think there's going to be any time bank for Phoenix Rising. Even if they do take it here, which they will, we'll see if the time bank comes in their favor here. Monkey Fight tries to get a close up high noon, but just not just yet. He will fly on that Doomfist. Maybe he'll try to hop it around, keep it going here. Star-Lord beats him down here, but looks like, and then he also Chi does get rid of Bad Rep. But no time bank on Phoenix Rising, and Void's got 1 minute and 46 seconds to maybe get this point here. Otherwise, this will end up in a tie.
Yes, indeed. But you'll definitely take the tie if you can get it if you're Phoenix Rising, because it's a lot better to just be down 1. It still requires you to win the next 2 maps because of the way our playoff format is set up here, but you'll always take being down 1-0 versus 2-0 just regardless. And I mean, maybe it'll just take a little bit of pressure off. 1 minute 46 is not a lot of time to work with. You think it's a lot, but it's probably about 3 good fights, maybe 4 if you're fast enough. Probably 2 of those fights with ultimates. And yep, we're already seeing it here on the attack. They're hovering over it. The Sombra is just a phenomenal play for when you have to get these one fight wins. Because it's 33.3%. An EMP is always a guaranteed fight win as long as it's good enough, as long as there's follow-up for it. And so far, I mean, Void's been following up. They've been working very well together as a team.
Absolutely. We'll see if the EMP actually gets the picture. The only question about that is, does it get the key? Does it get the key targets they needed to? Was the follow up come through? We will definitely see that here. Now, of course, despite the maps here going on, I mean, we're not going to be seeing a map 5, so just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Here, so right now, Phoenix Rising, we're not going to be seeing it because it's a tie. If they, well, that's very possible.
It's still possible. We can tie up. We can. There's definitely.
We can. Now, I don't want to see a tie. I like to see Phoenix Rising try to hold it here, but you know what? Void has been forced to be going here. We'll see if the bunker competition with Symmetra will hold it very strong for Phoenix Rising here. Looks like Void is going to rotate here. We'll see if they can get as many fights as they go in. I would see right now 2 to 3 fights is still being established for both sides, but they are going to be taking their time here. They want to get this fight as quick as they can here. They're waiting for the perfect hack coming in from the Illegal Fly here. He does get the hack off of Cell of the Bastion here. Here comes the point here. No one touching here just yet. Looks like half the team is falling down. Star-Lord actually is going to be going down and actually take the picture. Monkey Fly doesn't like Bastion. Takes him down, but Paprika raises him up here with less than a minute left here. Well, Phoenix Rising is still holding strong here, and I don't see them making any pressure here. They're gonna have to stop. They have one more fight ready to go right here, so that third fight will not be established. Only 2 fights for Void.
Yes, indeed, and it's not really the matter of how many fights you get. It's the question of how quickly you can build up ultimates, because the EMP is what you're looking for. Maybe a barrage if you can't get EMP. But only being 50% after, you know, a minute and some change, that's not where you want to be. You have to be building up to this EMP rather quickly, because this is your moneymaker, this is your one shot. And now Donna Raven switch over to the Sigma to give you those 2 shields maybe. Like, I wouldn't even focus on hacking anyone, I would just start farming your EMP.
Absolutely. Question is, will Levi Fight get the EMP in time here? 10 seconds left. Cell gets the double picks here. He's been popping in the Bastion last week. He's popping in again. Star-Lord gets the picks off of Dire Raven and Bad Rep. Looks like the side for Void is just falling. They're not going to be able to get anything here. And Phoenix Rising will end this game to a tie. And you know what? That is completely fine by them. They can't win the map, but you know what? They'll take the draw.
We'll take the draw. You still have to win the next 2 maps, or at the very least win 1 and then draw to send us to a 5th map and hold on to your hopes.
That is possible, yes.
But you know, the draw is in the card for our assault map now. You don't have to win it if you decide to Phoenix Rising, which is a little bit of pressure, but still, everything is on you now moving forward.
Oof, Dire Raven on that. So Zarya, very good pressure damage coming in from Zarya on the side of Void here. Now again, like you said, and we can still see a potential map 5. It is very, very, very possible. Only question is, are we going to see it, or will Phoenix Rising come back into a somewhat like a reverse sweep in a way? They need to win the 2 maps here to keep themselves going. But you know what? We still got 4 maps to go. Anything can happen here. This is the OCC Stage 1 Finals. Again, anything can happen. I like to see if Phoenix Rising has something up their sleeve. We'll see if someone's going on this, they can bring someone in and pop off. But we will figure it out here, guys. We're going to take a quick halftime break, guys. Don't go anywhere. The second half is coming up next.
seconds. Damn!
You're powered up. Get in there.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our Stage 1 finals of the Deadlock game here. I hope you guys had a very nice quick break here as we are back to start our third map, which is going to be the escort map of Washboard Gibraltar. I am Cybercat with your play-by-play with my Megaless as my color commentator here, and of course my analyst here. Doing very well job here. So far, this map, both teams have done very fantastic, even though we are 1-0-1, even in Void's favor.
Yes, indeed, and that's something to keep in mind going into this next map because of the way the format is set up. This is technically match point. If Void wins it here, they win the finals, they win the whole thing. So Phoenix Rising, they still have to give everything. They have to give everything into this map just to force us to the fourth map. Like, it's still everything on the line for them here.
Absolutely. You know, they got a lot to work with here. They still have a lot to keep going here. Even though they haven't won a map just yet, they're still able to start strong here, even though they are down just a little. That doesn't stop them from keeping things going here. No swaps from both sides here just yet. Actually, I do apologize. We are not seeing any swaps from the side of Phoenix Rising. No, there is swaps. There is.
I already got you.
I wasn't paying attention. I do apologize. We are seeing swaps from both sides. We are seeing Elfie being swapped in for Chi-Chi for the side of Phoenix Rising. We are seeing Bad Rep still staying in for Shadow Shane here. We do see Shadow coming back, filling in for what was it? Which team? Leave a Fight, and nothing. That was basically it. It seemed like.
And then Mira Lee is also back in for Lorax, and we're going to be heading to our third map here, as you said, which is Watchpoint Gibraltar, which was Phoenix's pick because of the draw. And Gibraltar, it's one of those very interesting maps. It's another map where the payload can kind of stop anywhere. You're never really expecting where it's going to be. And I don't know. It's just Void seems to have so much potency. And now with Shadow back in with Bad Rep, I feel like there's just going to be such unrelenting aggression that either Sniv is going to have to be on this far end just killing things, or back on this May slowing the entire game down.
Absolutely. Again, I think this is actually one of the maps to look at that it's basically, it seems long, but it seems like it's a large range, but it's really not. It's kind of like a medium large range map in my opinion, honestly. I mean, it comes from the first map you base, or first part of the map you base the open range. To the second point, it kind of goes a little bit of it enclosed, but there's still range that come around, and of course the third says all about going to the hardest point to take around on that particular map here. But we'll see. Any comps can come around. Dive has actually been a very well-known competition that can come around here, and that's just what Void is going to bring. They're going to be playing Dive with their well-known pharmacy coming in. We'll see. Monkeyfly is still going to be putting the pressure. We're also going to be seeing double shields and Phoenix Rising with Cell and Snip going to go on that. What is it? Hanzo and May. Paprika and Elfie going to keep going on that Baptiste and Anna. Again, right now, if Void wins this particular map, they will be winners. Even though we are going 4 maps, I mean, even though we're going 4 maps, the Void will still have to play it out here. But you know what? They still got plenty to work with. And Phoenix Rising, maybe have a check up the speed. We'll see if that's going to be the case, but not here just yet. Monkeyfly gets rid of Cell here, knowing that he's not going to get rid of that pharmacy as Hanzo. Well, hey, he might have. We might see a swap here very shortly here. But right now, Monkeyfly is in the backline, he's establishing damage. What a nice grenade coming from Helix, and Phoenix Rising just stepping back here. But Monkeyfly gets rid of the tanks here. He's putting in the pressure, and right now, I would say the biggest issue, threat to the side of Phoenix Rising is that pharmacy that's been running around.
Yes, indeed, it's always a potent threat, even when there's counters in the game. Zell is able to get a late pick onto Mira lead, though. That's something he can't res because it's the one that does the resurrections. Interestingly enough, we still have Star-Lord on this Reinhardt. I personally would rather see him swap over to the Sigma if it's in his wheelhouse, just because it helps slow this dive down even more with the accretion. The Rock just stunning everybody, and it still gives you that second barrier to try to sustain damage from the Pharah. And I mean, this Pharah is just going to have to keep going in the sky until Zell can shut it down.
Absolutely, the Bears is just going to be flying around here, get that barrage going. We'll see if they can keep that pressure going here, or will Monkeyfly just deal with it and just keep things going on. You see Zell get rid of Dire Raven's mech here. Here comes that barrage. Oh my goodness, he gets a triple kill off of that, gets rid of one half of each roll here. Monkeyfly actually gets rid of the support line here. He is just putting in the pressure. No one's stopping this man.
Definitely, and it's because of the aggression that's going on to Zell. I mean, Bad Rep and Dire Raven are double diving every single chance they can, and Zell, unfortunately, can't, counter 3 people at once. There's no real heal for Zell on this high ground because of the tank line. All you really have is Paprika throwing armor packs your way and hoping that it's enough to keep you alive. So far, Zell just not having the best time, and it's simply because of this dive comp. It's working so well for the side of Void.
Absolutely, they're still putting the pressure here. Noticing that Void's going to a standard competition that you see back in the day here. They're going to be going Shadow on that Genji, which is quite interesting. We'll see if that's going to be the case if it keeps going here. Star-Lord with a nice Shadow, but he gets rid of Dire Raven's mech here. Right, Monkeyfly gets rid of Paprika here, still putting the pressure. Sniv gets rid of Dire Raven, doesn't like mech here, but Morelli tries to get sneaky res in the backline, but just doesn't get it just yet. Zell, here comes the pressure from Zell. He gets rid of Monkeyfly and Bad Rep. Dynamite Helix Flex out of the map here, and look, he's gonna put Void back in spawn.
The only downside to that is Phoenix Rising had to burn pretty much every ult outside of Elfie's Coalescence to get that fight win, but it's a hold. You're finally able to stabilize, catch your breath, and start thinking about how we're going to move forward. Sniff on this Reaper is very interesting because it puts pressure on the tanks if he can find the tanks. If the tanks are just too far or anything like that, the Reaper loses all value. And his Nano Blade's about to come in.
Nano Blade, we'll see if Shadow's gonna pop off here. Actually, no Nano, just the Blade. He gets rid of Cell, he doesn't like Cell, he wants to get rid of him. LP throws the bubble to the Shadow, gets rid of him. Here comes a Dire Raven bomb, who gets anything. He gets rid of Kabayashi, that's one half of the shield gone for Phoenix Rising. Fight is still being pushed onto the payload here. Phoenix Rising is still trying to find ways to keep holding here. We'll see if they can do anything. Here comes a nice Death Blossom coming from Sniv. Gets rid of not only one but 2 of the support line of Void, but also gets rid of the Monkey here. I would say Void right there could not win that battle just yet. Even though with Monkeyfly's got that barrage ready to go, they're just gonna have to wait to make that happen.
Definitely, and I think that's a huge Death Blossom, as well as just the kind of zoning pressure. You had everybody coming in, barreling on you, but the side of Phoenix Rising, they were able to keep their cool. All they lost to the Blade was Zell on the Ash, and from there they were able to just kind of sustain, keep everybody up. And that's just really the power that this Moira break line has. You're throwing out armor packs, you're keeping the Moira heals just a constant pull. But Shadow decides to finally put an end to Zell for now.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Cell's gonna have to just come back here. Here comes a flight barrage, even though he gets rid of his Nelfi and Sniv. Kabayashi just gets him out of here. We are seeing rallies coming in for Paprika here. I did not see that Shadow if it got missed or whatever, but it looks like it got nothing here just yet. The Reinhardt battle between Shadow and Bad Rep is still going on. Shadow gets rid of the Star-Lord, even doesn't want Bad Rep to get that big kill with the big himself. Looks like the cavalry Shadow coming from the high ground. We'll see if he gets anything here just yet. No ultimates coming from the side of Phoenix Rising. I don't know if they'll be able to hold this point here long enough. But Cell, he's got a Bob ready to go. Will he hold the point long enough here? But I don't know if Helix has to get a sleep on the Bob here, but Bob does get shattered. We are seeing Bob maybe doing something just a little bit. Star-Lord coming back in with Kabayashi in the backline. What a nice grenade coming in from Helix. And the pick are going in from Void, and I would say Phoenix Rising would need to stop, reset, let Void take it here. If they actually no, they're still gonna be holding here. Monkeyfly gets the picks here. They're coming in on Helix, and right now the pressure's coming in from Void. Phoenix Rising's got to step back. They gotta let them have it. I mean, honestly, I would love to keep going, but they gotta step back. They gotta figure something out here. They got plenty of time to work with and hold the defense.
Definitely. quickly, and they burned so much time off of that mid push. I mean, considering they got point A pretty much for free very quickly, burn a lot of time off that clock, now only 2.5 minutes. Zell already has an entry pick. And then also on the defense, we're seeing Snip go over to the Echo, our first Echo play of the evening. Even though there's McCree on the other side, I think it's definitely the worthwhile pick here because it punishes your Ryan typically for playing.
Absolutely. The only one thing about this is that even though there's a oh my god, Monkey Fly, you're going nuts, dude. First up on the barrage, and then you got Junker. What is this?
Fortunately, Monkey Fly forgot that he was on Junkrat and decided to still be in the sky, fly over, and just hit the fattest tire.
Oh, we're seeing Cell in the background. He actually took out coming to the picture. Oh my god, Phoenix Rising holding right with 1.53 meters left. Oh my god! And now they get the Coalescence kill.
Yes, indeed. They invest the Coalescence, they invest the Supercharger. Surprisingly, that's all they had to invest, though. They are able to hold on to their Deadeye, they have their Earth Shatter still. Going into this next fight, they definitely have a good advantage. It's just a matter of Zell being in a good position to take advantage of everything that is in front of him. And then Sniv, also on this Echo, is just going to constantly be raining damage with or without an ult online.
Absolutely, we'll see if Sniv is going to keep going here. We do see Cell, he's got that Deadeye ready to go. Just running in position, but Shadow said that, and oh, double Shadow, but bad rep pick connect better. Monkey Fly gets to pick up Star-Lord. The ultimate's coming from the side of Void, and that's enough for them to take the point with 1 minute exactly to go.
And now, Phoenix Rising, they have their backs against the wall, but they know what they have to do. There's no time necessaries or anything like that here on Escort. It's just a matter of completing the map, and then time bank goes from there. Of course, you want to have the better time bank, but you know that extra pressure is added off of. We don't have to worry about a draw or anything like that. It's you have to complete the map now, though. As hard as it is, at least you have a goal in mind, and that's something you can focus and rally around.
Absolutely. I mean, there's still plenty of time to work around with. We'll see if Phoenix Rising can still go around. Honestly, 1 minute is really not bad. I mean, to get at least a even if they got it to overtime, it will still be 1 minute on their side. So basically, even though if Voids had the advantage on taking the third point, they can still get 1 minute on their side. But you know what? They can basically, even though they say 1 minute, they can hold this point, and I can see that very, very possible. But I want to see Phoenix Rising come around here. They got this one issue they just got to look at is this Monkey Fly has been an outstanding player. I mean, who says you have to have a good aim to actually get pigs going here? Monkey Fly has been playing the very, very well here. He's been off the Junkrat. He's been off the Pharah. They're still going to be running that pharmacy competition on their side here. The question is going to be, is Phoenix Rising can hold around, or will they find a way around it? Because, I mean, honestly, even if they don't get it, they can find something to counter this. But it's going to be a matter of just a timing thought of if they can do it quickly before they don't have any time left.
Yes, indeed. And also, I don't even think, like, as phenomenal as Monkey Fly has been, I think it's just the way Void has been playing. They have this set strategy of kind of, okay, we're going to send you in to draw all the attention, and then we're going to have somebody else come in and just deal all the damage. And it's been just uncountered, unmatched. Everybody falls for it time after time on the side of Phoenix. So now the question is, Snib on the Sombra going into the backlines now in bids.
We'll see if that's the case. But Stell gets rid of Riley here. That's actually one half of the pharmacy competition for the side of Void gone. So that's basically right there. They know for sure that the fair competition for Void is very strong. So you see them falling back. That's actually a good play from their side here. That payload may be moving, but you know what? They need to get that Mercy back in play. Get that pharmacy competition going back in. But I don't know if that will be the case. They need that here very quickly. Kabayashi gets rid of it. He likes the cat here. We do see Riley gets the res off of that, so maybe that can still go in, but no, Elephant gets rid of Shadow. That's actually one half of the DPS gone here. Monkey Fly actually wins the Pharah battle here. Bad Rep wins the Reinhardt battle, but Monkey Fly right now is winning the battles here. All of it in here. He actually gets the double picture, triple picks here. Still holding strong for Void. Team kill exactly right there. But that pharmacy counter is still being strong for the side of Void.
Definitely, and it's just the Pharahs on either side are truly trying their heart out, but it's the difference in playstyle once again. I mean, you can't let, like, Zell cannot just look at one person on the ground. They have to look at Monkey Fly in the sky. They have to look at Shadow up on the high ground. I mean, there's just too much for one person to process. They're coming in from all angles. Void has this played out almost to such an incredibly skillful level, whether it's intentional or not. But the Pharah is hacked here.
Well, that hack on the Pharah gives them a little bit time to not deal with it here. but we do see the Helix Eye putting that nano off of that. Oh, Monkey Fly there, he's still flying strong here. He gets the triple kill, barrage kill off of that, and Phoenix Rising just is going to step back here. Monkey Fly wants to get that one last pick. Yes, he will. Gets rid of Paprika. That's going to be another 10 to 20, 50 seconds. Actually, it's going to be 20 seconds, almost 20 seconds for Phoenix Rising to group up here again. They got less than 2 minutes to work with. They got to find something here very, very quickly here.
But they can find it in this fight simply because the EMP is all you really need to see. Unless Monkey Fly can stay out of its range, or possibly even Mira Lee on the Mercy, potentially Val can keep everybody alive. This EMP, if it catches enough people and the follow-up is there, which there should be follow-up. I mean, they have 5 ultimates online, almost 6 for the side of Phoenix Rising. This has to be their fight.
That maybe there will be. We see a nice hack here. We see a nice shatter. We see a nice barrage here. Picks are coming in for the side of Phoenix Rising. We do see Shadow. He gets rid of Paprika and the Sniff here. Will Shadow be coming in again? Maybe holding the line for the side of Void here? No, he will not here. Not yet. Not just yet here again. He's just gonna be like, you know what? You can take it here, Phoenix Rising. We're just gonna let you have it. Well, you know what? We're gonna come back stronger on this next second half, part of the fight.
And for free, just to get back to their team, Mira Lee has to burn the Valkyrie. I mean, that's incredibly insane, especially considering Phoenix Rising was at such a huge disadvantage in terms of ults, having to use 4 there. Now it's looking a little bit more even. They're facing tank ults against their one singular tank ult of Kobayashi. And Zell just pushed up forward, getting hits.
Very good pick from Cell here, but even though Monkey Fly gets res here, just nothing here just yet, and Monkey Fly comes back! Oh my goodness, Monkey Fly says, you can take me down, but I'm taking you back right afterwards! Monkey Fly just still being the threat in the sky here. He's the flying ace for the side of Void. Still keeps him going, gets rid of Sniff here. You know what, we can see, like I said earlier, we see a new flying ace for the side here in the OCC. That's Monkey Fly on that Pharah here. He gets rid of Starlord and Paprika, punches Shadow in the face, doesn't like him here, but that's not enough for Phoenix Rising to get the point back. They're gonna have to reset here. They got 2.5 minutes left. They still got plenty of time to work with. That payload is actually halfway, so honestly, a reset for Phoenix Rising won't be terrible.
It won't be terrible, but this is the hardest point at Gibraltar, as Monkey Fly gets another pick on Paprika. The 4 doors of doom, some would even say, because it's such tiny chokes. Laura rains in rockets, deals damage over and over, and there's the initiating flux.
He only gets Kobayashi, but nothing out of it just yet. Shadow gets rid of Cell. He's actually putting in pressure too on that pharmacy. Oh my goodness! Kobayashi gets a double coreless Griffin Flux kill here, and Monkey Fly is going nuts again and gets double picked off of the tanks. We do see Helix Happy, Raz here, Sniff tries to take down Shadow, and Monkey Fly still putting it on pressure. He's he's been doing so much pressure, and he's also taking the pressure of the hit scan from the side of Phoenix Rising. I mean, if no one can stop this man here, I don't know what Phoenix Rising is gonna do. They got less than 2 minutes to get this going.
Yes, indeed, and I mean, looking forward, it's got to be Zell. Has to be the hero, but there's too much for Zell to look at. I mean, you don't know which pick you can get because everybody's just too mobile. Helix seeming almost unkillable on an Ana. I mean, that's never what you want to see. And already Zell down again.
Actually, we see something very interesting. We see Snip takes down Shadow. We see the rest of Cell. Monkey Fly is going to come back here. But you know what? Cell wants to get a brush here, but just nothing here just yet. Monkey Fly still going absolute crazy. He just gets the picks here. He's putting the pressure. Who says you need good aim to actually get the picks going on here? Right now, Void's they can hold it for another minute. They can still win it, but Phoenix Rising has to work for a lot. They still got to shatter. We see Kobayashi going on a Diva. Will that be enough to actually counter this Diva, to counter this Pharah on the side of Void?
I don't know. I mean, it kind of worked before, but at the same time, there's already guaranteed pretty much less than a minute potentially left in this playoff run for the side of Phoenix Rising. And Helix again getting hits like that.
No.
It just can't happen. You have to regroup now.
Well, actually, no, there'll be fun playing. There's a res coming in from Puerto Rico, so they are still completely fine. It's still a 6-on-6 fight here. 30 seconds left for Phoenix Rising. They have to find something right here. Bad rep, Reinhardt looking at the battle down here. Oh no! It's a fight from Shadow, but nothing here just yet. Another barrage from Monkey Fly. What is this? He's getting a barrage every 30 seconds. And right now, Void's just holding strong. Right now, Phoenix Rising needs to get a reset, but they're not going to be any time for resets. No time for respawns. They have to get to this point. 10 seconds left, and Void will hold it here. We're going to be going to a 4th map, but as you can see, Void will hold strong. Monkey Fly being right now the threat in the sky, giving Void a potential win for the season, for stage 1 in the Deadlock game.
That is it right there. We technically could do a 4th map, but it doesn't matter because of that draw. It's 2-0 it's 2-0 with that draw for the side of Void. And Monkeyfly, not being on the Pharah, but still always sky high.
Oh my goodness, he does this! Oh my god! I kid you not, I've seen Junkrat players do that, and I've yet to see, I didn't realize he even did that. I thought that was his attack coming from the backline. That was beautiful coming from Monkeyfly. Wow!
And in case the cards don't get shown on stream, we just like to quickly point out Monkeyfly, 82% kill participation in that map.
That is huge.
Absolutely ridiculous. And I would just like to start seeing the GGs flood the chat. Phoenix Rising, they gave it their all, but Void, they came and took what was promised to them. Stage 1 of the Deadlock game is theirs.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Void as they take that win here today. Phoenix Rising, congratulations, guys. You guys worked very hard here. GG's to you guys. But you know what? There's always next season. You know what? I still believe them as a strong team. You know what? They're going to come back stronger.
Next stage. It's not even a season.
I apologize. The next stage, I apologize for that. But you know what? The next stage, they will come back. They will be stronger. You know what? Maybe they'll come back and win the next stage. I could believe that. And you know what? You could believe me if you want to, Megalast. But you know what? I like Phoenix Rising here. But again, Void will take the win tonight in the Stage 1 finals for the Deadlock game. But we got to go into our MVP for the night. And I've already got it. You already know who it is. It's Monkeyfly. The guy's monkey nuts here. He's bananas. First he puts the pressure on the Pharah. Then he puts the pressure on the Junkrat. No matter what character he's playing, he is putting the pressure he needed to. He's putting the plays, like you said, 62 eliminations from the last match. That's almost, again, like you said, 82% percentage of the eliminations from him. So he's just pulling nuts. I don't know what else to say about him. He's just, that's my MVP for the night.
Definitely, and as much as I'd like to also give it to Monkeyfly just because of how phenomenal a performance he put on, I do always like to shower the supports with a little bit of love, and it's going to have to be going to Helix on the Ana, always landing fat nades, keeping everybody alive, as well as staying alive. That's one of the hardest things to do as Ana, and whether it was the lack of focus from Phoenix Rising or just whatever was going on around Helix on that Ana, just being able to stay alive, it's always something that you love to see. So definitely my player of the match tonight.
Absolutely. Gotta give a shout out to good shout out to the support there. But that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for the night here. Thank you, Megalast, for being my Comic Con commentator. Trippy, thank you for the production. You did a very fantastic job here. We love to see you being our producer here, so thank you so much. But that's basically it. I don't think we have any other games after that. Can I confirm that? Nothing else on the season?
Well,
all right, that's basically it. That's the end of Stage 1 here in the Overwatch Calder Cup scrims. I hope you guys enjoy that match here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the loves and all that kind of stuff. Thank you to every player that participated in the stage, every coach, every player, and the person in the production team. You guys are very fantastic. But that's going to do it. I am Cybercat.
And I've been Megalast.
And we're going to see you all in Stage 2. Have a good night, guys.